Whitebird, a Wonder story, has received a near-perfect audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie acts as both a prequel and a sequel to Julia Roberts' 2017 Wonder, based on the R.J. Palacio novel of the same name, which grossed $315 million at the worldwide box office. Whitebird's story, based on Palacio's Whitebird graphic novel, follows Julian Albans, Bryce Geezer, after he has been expelled from Beecher Prep and as he learns about the experiences that his grandmother, Helen Mirren, had as a Jewish girl in Nazi-occupied France. Per Rotten Tomatoes, Whitebird has a 99% audience score based on more than 250 verified ratings. The critical score is not as high, but it is still fresh, at 72%. Critics generally preferred Wonder to Whitebird, with the 2017 movie receiving an 86% critical score. General audiences, on the other hand, overall prefer Whitebird, as Wonder's audience score only reached 88%. Whitebird's scores may change further as its theatrical run continues. What this means for Whitebird. It has become a surprise hit. Whitebird was released in several international markets in January 2024 and is now gaining more recognition following its US theatrical release. Audience reviews praise Whitebird's genuinely emotional story, the valuable lessons it teaches, visually appealing cinematography, and strong leading performances from Oriella Glazer and Orlando Schwartz. While it is rated PG-13, the movie is described by many reviews as being accessible and important for young teenagers to see. Even though Whitebird does have a connection to the Wonder ending, this connection is not being touted as one of the 2024 movie's greatest strengths. The Wonder connection is an entry point to the movie, but Whitebird is mostly focused on its moving World War I-era story and the timeless lessons that Julian and the audience can take away from these experiences. These elements have enabled Whitebird to become a surprise audience hit, and positive word of mouth may help it have greater longevity at the domestic box office. Our take on Whitebird's Rotten Tomatoes audience score. Whitebird's success goes beyond its Wonder connection. Julian Albans, Bryce Geezer, looking up in Whitebird image via Lionsgate. It is impressive that even without Roberts and other Wonder actors, Whitebird has resonated well with audiences. Even with its somewhat loose connection to Wonder, it is surprising that the movie did not receive more attention before its release. That makes it all the more impressive that it is now attracting more attention and an overwhelmingly positive response based more on its own merits than it being a Wonder prequel and sequel. Whitebird could become even more memorable than Wonder if the new movie's positive reception continues. Could there be more Wonder movies? There are other books. Whitebird is not the only Wonder spin-off book that Palacio has written, with the others being 365 Days of Wonder, Mr. Brown's Book of Precepts, We're All Wonders, and Augie and Me. 365 Days of Wonder, Mr. Brown's Book of Precepts focuses on the perspective of Wonder's English teacher, Mr. Brown, who was played by Dave Diggs in the movie. The book features Mr. Brown's precepts, along with conversations he had with Julian, Augie, Jack Will, Summer, and other Wonder characters, all of which provide insight into the characters' stories after Wonder's conclusion. We're All Wonders is essentially an illustrated children's book adaptation of Wonder. As for Augie and Me, the book is told from the perspectives of Julian, Christopher, and Augie's new friend, Charlotte, before Augie's school year at Beecher Prep begins. Despite having potential source material for new Wonder movies, none of these existing books are likely to receive film adaptations. Even when taking Whitebird's success into consideration, the issue with the other books is that they either repeat Wonder's story in a different medium or their stories are too small to warrant a full-fledged movie adaptation. Another Wonder movie would require a more substantial story, whether it be a direct sequel or a spin-off in the style of Whitebird. For now, the Wonder movie franchise has ended with two distinct coming-of-age stories that have been embraced by audiences despite their considerable differences, with Whitebird, a Wonder story being a surprising, but meaningful way to expand the original story.